trade. All right, the Eagles, what is their biggest need in free agency?
Well, as we know, they're pretty damn good, the Eagles. This is about the team's got to start playing to its caliber here once again.
When you look at the Eagles as a whole and you talk concerns and you want to pinpoint the biggest concern for this team, it's not on defense. You got to go offense, right? You can go Saquon Barkley. I mean, his numbers were basically cut in half last season. They have a new offensive coordinator and no A.J. Brown, Leger.
An astonishing 19 Pro Bowlers have left the Eagles under Howie Roseman, and in all the years since, only one of them has ever made another Pro Bowl. And yet, the Eagles have made the playoffs 5 straight years and won a Super Bowl. And this offseason, they traded away their best receiver and called it an upgrade.
A.J. Brown is now a member of the New England Patriots, reuniting with Mike Vrabel of their Tennessee Titans fame.
Now here's the thing. Every team in this league sells players. The Patriots did it for 20 years, and the Seahawks gutted the Legion of Boom. Most of the time, it ends the same way with the team declining right alongside the players they let walk. Philadelphia is the only franchise where it never does, and nobody outside that building has ever fully explained why. That's exactly what we're going to do. 3 things stand out about the 2026 Eagles. There's a number that changes how you read every roster decision Roseman makes. There's a new weapon that might be more dangerous than the one he just traded away. And there's one flaw in this system that could end Jalen Hurts' championship window before he gets another shot at a ring. And hold on to that last one, because everything Roseman has built, every trade, every cold goodbye, every pick he's hoarded, gets tested this season. And the man carrying all of this outcome is the quarterback who has the most to lose. This is absolutely not the same Philadelphia Eagles, and by the time we're done, you're going to understand exactly what that means. On June 1st, 2026, the Eagles did something that shocked the league. They traded A.J. Brown to the New England Patriots, with a 2028 first-round pick and a 2027 fifth coming back.
A.J. Brown is now actually going to be a member of the Patriots. He goes from the Eagles to New England to reunite with head coach Mike Vrabel.
Brown made 3 Pro Bowls in Philadelphia, and he was the alpha of that offense. When the trade dropped, the narrative was immediate. People speculated that there was bad blood, locker room problems, and that the dynasty was finally cracking. Even Brown posted, "This city, this locker room, and this fan base will always hold a special place in my heart." But this was a depreciation calculation. Brown was about to turn 29, his yards per catch had been trending down, and his dead cap hit was enormous. So Roseman looked at a declining asset, a player who was still good but not great, and convinced New England to hand over a first-round pick 2 years down the road for it. When a reporter asked about pushing the compensation that far out, Roseman didn't flinch. We've always been in the mindset that a pick is a pick. A first-round pick is a first-round pick. Doesn't matter. Teams are still going to be playing football in 2028. Sell high, buy picks, and repeat. It's a simple enough strategy. Except it isn't, because if it were that simple, everyone would do it, and everyone who tries it fails spectacularly. The Seahawks tried it and missed the playoffs for years. The Patriots tried it without Brady and collapsed. Selling your stars isn't a strategy. Selling your stars at exactly the right moment is. And how Roseman keeps finding that exact right moment 19 times in a row without a single miss is the part nobody has explained. We'll get there, but first you need to see what he bought with the room he cleared, because the replacements are the tell.
The Philadelphia Eagles select Makai Lemon, wide receiver, USC.
With the 20th overall pick in the 2026 draft, the Eagles took Makai Lemon out of USC. 79 catches, over 1,100 yards, and 11 touchdowns in his final college season at 14.6 yards per catch as a unanimous All-American. 79 catches is volume. That's a receiver an offense runs through. 14.6 a catch is explosiveness. That's a receiver defenses fear. Most college receivers give you one or the other, and Lemon gave USC both in the same season. Lemon is a slot receiver who wins with quickness off the line rather than size. He creates separation through elite route running and sinks his hips to break defenders' leverage, then catches everything thrown his way with a career drop rate of just 2.8%. He's younger, cheaper, and faster than the player he's replacing. But here's the part the scouting reports missed. Lemon wasn't heavily recruited out of high school. He arrived at USC as an afterthought and produced one of the most dominant receiver seasons in the history of that program. The scouts who missed him in high school are the same scouts who told you A.J. Brown was irreplaceable. Roseman has been right about this kind of player before, and he's betting he's right again.
Why do you like Makai Lemon as much as you do? What do you like about him?
He's a natural separator. He's got the ability to separate at the top of the routes from the slot, playing outside. He's got really strong hands.
On defense, the Eagles signed cornerback Riq Woolen to a one-year, $12 million deal. $12 million for a guy who allowed just 0.5 yards per coverage snap in man coverage last season, the lowest number among all outside cornerbacks in the NFL. The most efficient cover corner in football for backup money. Woolen has one real flaw. He's never been a reliable tackler. And it's the reason a corner with his coverage numbers was available at that price. Roseman didn't ignore the flaw. He priced it in. And that's the whole method in one signing. They traded for Jonathan Greenard to replace Jaelan Phillips, and Greenard posted a 23.3% pass rush win rate last season, which is elite production. So look at what's happening here. A first-round receiver on a rookie deal. The most efficient cover corner in football for $12 million. An elite pass rusher acquired for less than it cost to keep the man he replaced. Every single move has the same shape. Maximum production, minimum commitment, zero sentiment. Which brings us back to the question this video opened with, because now you can actually see it. 19 players left, so let's name them, or at least enough of them. LaShawn McCoy, Deshaun Jackson, Carson Wentz, Zach Ertz, Malcolm Jenkins, Haason Reddick, Fletcher Cox. These were franchise legends and fan favorites whose jerseys are still all over that city. And combined, the amount of Pro Bowls they have after leaving the Eagles amount to exactly one. Javon Hargrave with the 49ers in 2023, and he's now on his 5th team. Every single other name on that list is gone from Philadelphia and gone from Pro Bowl rosters. Did you know that stat before today? Drop it in the comments, because that number is the answer to the question we opened with. The Eagles don't sell players, the Eagles sell futures. And Roseman's edge isn't ruthlessness, because half the league is ruthless. His edge is that he's never once been wrong about the timing. 19 exits and 19 correct calls on the exact season a player's decline would begin. The rest of the league evaluates what a player is. Roseman evaluates what a player is about to stop being. And that's the gap between Philadelphia and everyone who's tried to copy them.
The Eagles got a pick. It's going to be a good one. Watch the hell out here. I mean, they've been phenomenal. And so they've been able to not F them picks, and they've done, hey, we're going to use them picks to F you. And they've been phenomenal at that with building their team.
And when you hold the A.J. Brown trade up against that record, it stops looking like a gamble and starts looking like the 20th entry on a list that's 19 for 19. Which should settle it, right? I mean, the system works, the system has always worked, and the smart money bets on the machine. Except, there's one thing the machine has never had to survive, and it's staring at this exact roster. The modular system only works if you have a quarterback who can elevate the pieces around him. Jalen Hurts won Super Bowl MVP in 2025. He's a proven winner, and he's one of the best quarterbacks in football. But for the first time in his career as a starter, he doesn't have a physically dominant receiver to bail him out when plays break down. Devonta Smith is incredible, but he's a technician, not a bruiser, and Makai Lemon hasn't played a single NFL snap. But stop looking at the receivers, because the real problem is happening in the trenches. The Eagles had the 5th best scoring defense in the NFL last season, and then they lost Jaelan Phillips and Nakobe Dean, who signed with the Raiders in free agency after already losing Josh Sweat and Milton Williams just 1 year prior. And here's what 19 for 19 never had to account for. All 19 of those exits happened one at a time, with a foundation still standing underneath them. This offseason, Roseman sold from the foundation itself, the pass rush and the alpha receiver, in the same window. The system has never run with this little margin, and the man absorbing every inch of that margin is Jalen Hurts. Jonathan Greenard is a legitimate pass rusher, but he can't generate pressure by himself. And if he can't consistently get to the quarterback, Riq Woolen's elite coverage numbers won't matter, because nobody covers long enough to wait for a pass rush that isn't coming. It's a bet that Greenard is enough up front, that Lemon adapts fast enough, and that Hurts is elite enough to cover the margin they've given away everywhere else. Hurts turns 28 in August, and by the machine's own math, the math that shipped out 19 Pro Bowlers, his window is finite. It's a ruthless bet, but it's also the only kind Howie Roseman knows how to make.
He's got this attack mentality. I think it looks like he's rejuvenated in some ways. He's definitely lasered in on what they're doing. I think it's all encouraging for the Eagles.
But here's what makes this season different from every other test the system has passed. The team on the other side of the A.J. Brown trade isn't rebuilding. The Patriots are the defending AFC champions. Roseman didn't ship his alpha receiver to football purgatory. He armed the best team in the other conference, which means there's exactly one place this trade can be fully judged, and it isn't a spreadsheet, it's a Super Bowl. Philadelphia and New England are on a collision course, and if they meet in February, A.J. Brown will be standing on the other sideline. And the audit starts much sooner than that. September 13th, Week 1 against Washington. The first snap this roster takes without its alpha, and the first data point on whether 19 for 19 becomes 20 or becomes the miss that ends a window. So how do the Eagles keep winning? How are the Eagles and the Bills the only two teams in the NFL to reach the playoffs in each of the last 5 years? Because Howie Roseman doesn't build teams, he builds windows. And he keeps those windows open by never, not once, falling in love with his own players. Howie Roseman runs the number and makes ruthless calculations. He doesn't build teams based off superstars or emotions. This is the year we find out if it works when everything is on the table at once. So call it in the comments. Do the Eagles win the NFC East again? Or is 2026 the year this strategy finally stops working? I want to hear what Eagles fans think. Because this is not the same Philadelphia Eagles. They're younger, they're cheaper, and the brains behind their operation might just be smarter than everyone else's. Hey, if you like videos like this one, hit that subscribe button because it really helps.